1915, Cai E declared independence for Hunan, marking the beginning of a resistance against Yuan Shikai's monarchical rule. His struggle was not just for personal freedom, but for the entire Chinese nation. Cai E, a prominent revolutionary general and military leader in Chinese history, left a profound mark with his efforts in the National Protection War against Yuan Shikai's monarchical ambitions. Born on December 18, 1882, in Shaoyang, Hunan province, Cai E grew up during a tumultuous period in China, witnessing the fall of the Qing dynasty and the rise of nationalist spirit, factors that shaped his character and career. In 1899, Cai embarked on a journey to Japan to study abroad. This journey not only equipped him with knowledge but also instilled revolutionary ideas. Japan, at that time, was undergoing significant transformation, breaking away from feudalism and moving towards modernization. The influence of the land of the rising sun ignited in Cai E a strong desire to end monarchy in China and build a new government founded on democratic and free values. Returning to China in 1900, he participated in the uprising against the Qing dynasty as part of the Self-Saving Army, a revolutionary force led by Tang Keichang. Between 1904 and 1910, Cai E engaged in military activities in Guangxi, where he held various positions and established a military academy. Here he was not only a military leader but also a teacher, imparting military knowledge to younger generations. Notably, in 1910, Cai E moved to Hunan province, where he commanded the 37th Brigade of the New Army and taught at the Hunan Military Academy in Kunming. These years solidified Cai E's stature in military and political circles. His political career truly ignited when the Wuchang Uprising erupted on October 10, 1911. He successfully occupied Hunan, marking a critical turning point in the struggle against monarchical rule. From 1911 to 1913, Cai E served as the military commander and governor of Hunan, a golden period in his career. However, his life took a tumultuous turn when Song Jiaoren, the politician he ardently supported, was assassinated in 1913. This event not only rocked Chinese politics, but also led to Cai E's dismissal and house arrest in Beijing. Nostalgic for those hopeful days filled with aspirations for freedom, Cai E refused to accept defeat. In November 1915, when Yuan Shikai announced his plan to restore the monarchy, Cai E escaped from Beijing, returned to Japan, and then went back to Hunan. Sensing the dangers posed by Yuan's schemes, he sent a telegram to Beijing, threatening to declare independence if Yuan did not retract his plan to become emperor within 2 days. On December 25, 1915, Cai E proclaimed independence, setting the stage for a major uprising in Sichuan. This conflict was not only a fight for Yunan's independence, but also a symbol of the Chinese people's longing for freedom against monarchical oppression. Echoing Cai E's fighting spirit, the governor of Guizhou joined the uprising, declaring independence on December 27, 1915. This move created a significant wave in the resistance against Yuan Shikai. On the January 1, 1916, Yuan Shikai proclaimed himself emperor, heightening tensions as Cai E occupied Sichuan. By March 1916, several other provinces like Guangxi, Shandong, Guangdong, and Zhejiang declared independence, marking an important milestone in the National Protection War. Despite initial successes, pressure from the uprising provinces forced Yuan Shikai to abandon his plan to restore the monarchy on March 20, 1916. However, this could not save his political situation. On June 6, 1916, Yuan Shikai passed away, leaving behind a divided country. Amid the chaos of the era, Cai E returned to Hunan, taking on the roles of governor and governor of Sichuan, positions he had long desired. Yet, Cai E's life was not destined to be smooth sailing. Shortly afterward, he fell ill with tuberculosis, a disease that robbed him of his health and ultimately took his life on November 8, 1916, in Fukuoka, Japan. His passing left a profound void not only in the hearts of his fellow countrymen, but also in the revolutionary history of China. A state funeral for Cai E was solemnly held on April 12, 1917, at Yuelu Mountain, Xiang River, Changsha, Hunan Province, China. At that time, patriots gathered to honor a resilient leader who sacrificed himself for the ideals of freedom and independence. Cai E was not just a military general. He was a symbol of the tireless spirit of the Chinese people in their fight against oppression and injustice. His legacy lives on through succeeding generations, motivating them to continue the struggle for a modern and prosperous China. The life and career of Cai E truly represent a journey filled with highs and lows, from his hopeful youth in Shaoyang through his educational days in Japan to his glorious triumphs and personal tragedies. While his cause of death was officially identified as tuberculosis, some sources remain unclear, raising many questions. Notably, the date of Cai E's birth is also contentious, with some records stating December 18, 1882, while others claim it was December 19th. Cai E lived and fought not only for himself, but also for the dreams of his entire nation, a dream for a China that transcends all barriers to thrive and prosper. His image will forever remain in the memories of those who love their country and yearn for freedom. Cai E's life is a testament to the power of will and the relentless struggle against life's hardships, a story that none of us can forget. His career and ideals will always serve as an inexhaustible motivation for future generations to write the glorious history of the nation. Stories like these not only inspire, but also prompt us to reflect on what we are doing for our own future. They remind us that, although the times have changed, the values of freedom and democracy need to be preserved and promoted.